Fran Davis and I'm the Vice President Activities at Liverpool Students' Union. For the last 100 years, on the 8th of March has been celebrated as the International Women's Day. This day aims to celebrate the social, political and economic achievements of women all over the world. At LJMU, while celebrating the achievements of women, to recognise this day, the plan is to take the opportunity to focus our attention on areas requiring further action, not just for our university, but all higher education institutions nationally. In a number of institutions, some groups even select their own International Women's Day theme, specific to their local context. For example, the European Parliament's 2013 theme was Women's Response to the Crisis. This year, the national theme is Inspiring Change. Our institution has around 24,000 students and around 2,500 staff. We will be joining many other organisations all around the world to celebrate International Women's Day by speaking to some of our leading females who have careers in science, technology, engineering and mathematical departments to find out from them firsthand how they were able to make progress in their careers.
My name is Carol Mundell. I'm Professor of Extragalactic Astronomy at Liverpool John Moores University.
Okay, hi, I'm Ali Lee and I'm Head of Operations in the Faculty of Science.
My name's Laura Bishop. I'm a Professor of Hominid Paleoecology here in the Faculty of Science.
I'm Dr. Farah Arshad. I'm Head of the Centre for Health and Social Care Informatics.
I'm Dr. Sue Spears. I'm Head of the Graduate School at Liverpool John Moores University.
My name's Alison Cotgrave and I'm an Associate Dean for Education in the Faculty of Technology and Environment.
Hello, I'm Meryl Box and I'm Head of Staff Development at Liverpool John Moores University.
I think the STEM-gender gap happens throughout the educational system here and worldwide, in fact. It's something that happens to small children when they're told that fractions are going to be difficult. It's something that happens when they're told they constantly get the message that things are difficult. I also think that there's a lack of role models for women throughout their education, showing them that women do science, women succeed in science, women lead in science. And I think that consciously or unconsciously impacts upon the choices that girls to women make at every stage in their education.
I think there are a number of factors. I think encouraging girls to do science in school is one of the biggest factors, and keeping them interested in science or maths as they sort of work through secondary education. I've seen that from both a professional point of view and as a parent as well. It's hard to keep them interested, it's hard to keep them motivated, and then it's hard for them to decide what career or what degree to follow after that point. I think that without sort of using too many metaphors, the leaking pipe metaphor with regards to women in science and engineering is a really good one to articulate the problems that are faced. We lose them at too many points within a career. So there's A-levels, and then there's a degree, and then there's encouraging them to take up a career in science, whether it be research or whether it be teaching, and then it's extending that career, furthering that career. You have other aspects like childbirth, personal circumstances that get in the way.
Well, I think I've actually been very lucky. I haven't had any obstacles really. I did a degree in building and I was the only female on the course at the time. That was no problem. I then worked for a construction company as a site manager, and that again was 20 years ago, and even then some of the senior managers had a slightly anti-female attitudes, but they were few and far between. Then I got the job in university, and really there's been no barriers being female working in the university. Those barriers may still exist outside, but there's significantly more females that work in construction now than there used to be. And they don't report to me any issues or problems or barriers. Within the university, as I say, being female does not disbar you from doing any role in the university per se. It's just about how you choose to run your life generally, whether you want to go down a particular career route way.
So in my career, I had a slightly unusual progression to professorship. I was very fortunate that I've been successful when I've applied for prestigious research fellowships, that I've been successful in winning them. And so really I developed my own independent career profile over basically the course of 10 years. And so when I applied for professorship, I had a very strong research profile. I'd already built an international team. I was recognised as an international leader in my field. Other young women have a slightly different path. They may come in at lectureship level and move up through the teaching ranks, again trying to juggle teaching with research. I think some of the major challenges for all scientists is really juggling the workload. I mean, there's a huge amount of stuff that we do, both research, people management, student supervision, teaching, grant application writing, and there's a huge amount of work to juggle, and I think this is true for men and women. I think probably the biggest challenges in my life have been overcome by being good at the science, making sure I publish, and also knowing and being confident that I'm good at what I do and having confidence in the scientific ability of my team as well. And so it means that when there is a challenge, then I know that I have, if you like, the background to stand my ground and just really work with integrity and to stand my ground in those times of challenge.
Certainly having flexible working is a good thing. A while back, like all of the universities, we also in some departments looked at people being present in the workplace, even if they didn't have contact time with students. And for me, research has always been something that you don't do 9 to 5. Research is a part of your makeup and you do it all of the time, and really you don't need to be in the confines of an office to do R&D, and I think a lot of that seems to be missed. So we need to introduce that flexibility for female academics so that they can feel that they can have work-life balance, they can do the research at home, have the odd day at home where they need to be present for their children, but also have contact with the work environment through appropriate technology being put in place, and taking different measures of their contribution on board in terms of perhaps the publications they've produced or the kind of relationships and links and collaborations they've set up, rather than just having a 9 to 5 access policy in place.
I think universities, in terms of supporting women to move into STEM, should, I think, as I said before, make great steps to encourage women to come into STEM and start at the very early entry point, and even go out into terms of outreach and engaging with children and girls at school to take up science and to promote the opportunities that are there, to make universities a welcoming environment, and again to use role models to support women through their career.
Just do it. I mean, you have to start to do it, and be willing to take a flutter at something that you find difficult, if you find it difficult, because the payoffs are enormous. I think that studying science has led me to have a life that I couldn't have had any other way. I've been able to contribute to a discipline that frankly I didn't know existed when I went to university, and I've had an absolutely brilliant career so far. I don't think it's done yet. So my advice would be, you know, open up the National Geographic, these days it's click on the National Geographic website, look at the BBC Science magazine, see all the spectacular, fascinating things that people are doing, and think, I could do that. But you know, you have to start somewhere, and sometimes that somewhere is not giving up the sciences at GCSE. It's doing a Science A level, it's looking for Science University courses, it's going on to train, or else to train and inspire others. So just get started and get on with it.
It's not only been inspiring to listen to women in our institution talk about this issue, but also to have been given great insight into their experiences. Although we have only interviewed a small proportion of women involved in STEM, it makes me think that we have come a long way in raising profiles at John Moores, but at the same time, this has given us some insight and thoughts as to how we could further progress. Higher education institutions will need to devise proactive initiatives for raising profile of female academics in STEM. Could also organise targeted and proactive joint working initiatives with the university's widening access teams to promote STEM subjects among females in feeder schools. We could also create more leadership opportunities in the university's STEM departments. But I think also there is a need to put proactive measures in place to ensure there is no gender drop-off, no leaky pipeline at key transition points.